This is the HSS Interactive Network. Welcome to this edition of Improvement in Action. I'm your host, Phil Nielsen. Lean thinking is as much a philosophy as it is a set of quality improvement tools. In this session, we will discover some valuable lessons about the human side of lean thinking. Those human side lessons can only be learned when we go to the work. Maybe it is the Japanese culture. Maybe it is a stroke of management genius. In any case, Toyota Motor Corporation discovered that experts sitting in a conference room sifting through piles of data could not significantly improve quality. It was not that the experts were wrong. They could not possibly know all that was needed to improve a process. It was not that the data was incorrect. It was that data was not information. From the beginning, lean thinking companies recognized the value of including employees who perform the work in efforts to improve the process. Without the frontline employees, the security officer, biomedical technician, administrative assistant, accounting clerk, or payroll manager, the improvements will not be as effective as they need to be. The workers bring knowledge, and they make sense of the data. That is, they convert data into information. Fujio Cho became chairman of the Toyota Board of Directors in 1995. He was 23 years old when he joined the company in 1960. Mr. Cho knew where production occurred. He knew where value was created, and he knew where waste existed. All these things happened where work was performed. Mr. Cho recognized that bringing workers into the conference room was not enough. The problem was not having the right persons in the room, it was the room itself. Value was not created in the conference room, it was created where the work was being performed. Mr. Cho coined the phrase, "go to the work." He knew that designing efficient processes is not enough to improve quality. Knowing what the workers know is as important as the science and facts we have at our disposal. Going to the work must be an early activity in the effort to improve a process. Why? Because there are 3 actions which must be performed as part of the worksite visit. First, we must see if the worksite is aligned with the broader organization. Is alignment between people and processes obvious? Are equipment and supplies aligned? Are processes supportive of achieving the worksite purpose? Are people engaged in the work? Do the processes and physical layout support the work? Going to the work is the only way to find answers to these questions accurately. Going to the work also ensures the accuracy of the second action. While at the worksite, ask why. Why this? Why that? Why not this and why not that? There are endless numbers of why questions to be asked and answered. But it is vital that the employees performing the work answer the questions first. They perform the tasks and suffer the consequences of inefficient processes. Their understanding of why is the starting point for implementing any future change. The third reason to go to the work is to show respect to the workers. The value the product or service provides to the customer is built at the worksite by the employees doing the work. They deserve respect. These employees create whatever value is added at this location or step in a process. These employees work hard. They deserve our respect. Showing genuine respect lowers communication barriers and bridges knowledge gaps. New processes are likely to be ignored, changed, partially implemented, or abandoned if workers are not respected and not included in the improvement effort. There is an art to visiting a worksite. Imagine how you'd feel if your boss and a crowd of strangers watched you work. How would you feel when they started asking a bunch of questions? Some that might imply you're not working hard enough, smart enough, or are making costly mistakes. These pressures are reduced by communicating openly and showing respect. There's also a science to visiting a worksite. Pay close attention, take notes, draw diagrams, and be sure the workers agree with what you understand. Ask questions, but don't argue or correct the workers. Some of the technical answers and often most of the relevant information will become useful in preparing workers for change. Change is always required to improve quality, and change is difficult. Konosuke Matsushita knew something about change. He was born in 1894 as the last of 8 children in a wealthy industrial family. At age 5, the family fortune was lost and his family of 10 moved into a 3-room apartment. Within a few years, his 3 oldest siblings died of disease. Konosuke left school at the age of 9 to become an apprentice hibachi cook, and then an apprentice bicycle repairman. And at age 15, he became a wiring assistant at the Osaka Electric Light Company. The bosses at the light company did not see the value in an improved light socket Konosuke had invented in his spare time. So at age 23, he started his own company, which became Panasonic Corporation, which now also markets products under the names Quasar and Techniques. Questions should generally follow a pattern. First, ask what is happening. Follow up with why is it happening. Second, probe deeper by asking what if. Clarify those answers by asking, why not? Answers to these questions certainly reveal facts or mistaken ideas, but they also expose historical issues, policy ramifications, and a host of other relevant information that can be used to improve communications and dispel rumors when the changes start happening. Mr. Matsushita understood the value of hard work, but he also recognized knowledge was the primary driver of a worker's and a company's success. Matsushita once stated, "Before we make product, we make people." He knew change required workers to adapt and learn. Successful lean thinking depends on worker involvement in the improvement process, as well as worker training and retraining so they know why and how to perform the work. Lean thinking fits very well into the HSS culture. One of our core values is to value our employees and their contribution to HSS and to our customer. If you are an HSS leader, click on the Go to the Work podcast in the discussion board of the Performance Improvement landing page. Or you can send me an email message at the address on the screen. Either way, I would love to hear from you. Well, that's it for this edition of Improvement in Action. Thanks for joining me, and goodbye for now.